Hey everyone, Donna here. Today I want to show you a fun way to get creative with the standard shapes in the LOKLiK ideaStudio. Just so you know, ideaStudio is always evolving, so new features and shapes are often being added. But sometimes the exact shape you're after isn't there just yet. But that's okay. You can still make what you need by combining the shapes that are available. In this video, I'll show you how I used a square-edged rectangle and a few circles to create a brand new shape with rounded corners. It's beginner-friendly, and once you know how, you can make all sorts of custom shapes. I've even made a postage stamp this way before, so there's lots you can do with just the basics. To get started, open up the ideaStudio software. I'm using a desktop PC, and this will open up on the canvas. The shape that's missing is a rectangle with round corners, so we're going to use a square and a circle and make our own. So click on the shape tool and then click on the square and it'll jump onto the canvas. You'll see there's a little lock icon between the width and the height boxes. If I unlock it, I can now change the width or the height independently. I can also add the width and the height directly into the fields here. So I'm going to do 3 inches by 6 inches and lock it again. Go back to the shape tool and click on the circle. I'm going to change the color using the fill tool so you can see better what I'm doing. This time I'm going to resize it by dragging the corner into the center of the circle until I get the size I want. I'm going to make it a 1-inch circle. I'm moving it up to the top right hand corner of my rectangle, and I'm going to right mouse click, copy and paste. And then I'm going to move it over to the top left hand corner. The halfway mark of the circle has to be level with the left hand side of the rectangle. The same on the right hand circle. Line it up so it's parallel with the edges of the rectangle. If you select both circles together and go up to a line, you can click on center horizontally. Now go back over to the shape tool and get another square. I'm going to unlock this again so that I can make it the width and height I want individually. I'm going to change the color again so that I've got 3 different color shapes. It's much easier to see. I've moved this grey shape to be on top of the pink circles, and I'm going to line it up so that it's parallel horizontally across the top. Here's a tip for you. If you go up here to the fill view, you can change it to a contour, which will remove the colour from the shapes, and you can see better if they are lined up. And if you need to make adjustments, just move them ever so slightly. I'm going to select all the shapes together, and I'm just going to do a little test to see if I've got my circles lined up correctly. Go up the top menu to combine and left mouse click on unite. Now the top has rounded corners. So I'm going to use my Control Z button and take it back a step. So I've got my individual shapes showing again. Now I'm going to carefully select the 2 circles and the top oblong shape, right mouse click, copy, and then again paste. While it's still selected, go up to rotate and type in 180 degrees. It's going to flip it around so we can now drag this down and place it at the bottom of our rectangle. And you want to see the circles hanging over the edge. I'm changing the view back to a fill, and I'm going to make a copy. So select all of the shapes together, copy and paste. I'm making a copy to show you that you can make this in a different size. So I'm only grabbing the top of the grey oblong and I'm going to drag it down so it's a smaller shape. Then I'm going to move the top circle shape down closer and line it up. So now I've got two different sizes to work with. I'm going to duplicate my smaller size. So this is so I've always got the original shapes that I created, so I can go back and make any changes if I need to. I'm going to select my second group of shapes, and I'm going to go up on the menu to combine and then left mouse click on unite. And now you've just created a rectangle with rounded corners. This shape cannot be changed, and that is why I made a duplicate. So we've got our original working piece plus the united piece that is now a single shape. Now I'm going to do it again to this one. Select the whole shape, copy and paste and put one piece over to the side. Then select your second shape and go up to combine and click on unite. Now you have two sizes. One is your working piece that you can go back and adjust at any time you like. And the second piece is your solid single piece that you can change the color of and use as a shape to create whatever you want to cut out. And here is another tip. I'll go ahead and save this now, and I'll always use this as my working piece. So you go up to save, then rename it and hit the save button. Now here's how you find it again. Now I'm going to create a blank canvas, and then I'm going up to my zone. Once I've located my worksheet, I'm going to click on the three dots and then click add to canvas. When you see this button, just click on Go Design, and then it's automatically on the canvas. I can delete all the pieces that I don't want to use and just say I want to use this solid shape here. I want to add a star to it. I select my star, then I select the two shapes together, go up to combine and click subtract. And this gives me a shape with a cutout window in it. So I can send this to the iCraft. It'll cut out around the edge of the dark grey area as well as cut out the star in the middle. I didn't really have a use for this demo, so I just folded this in half to make like a place card. Now back to the canvas. This shape that I've just designed with a cutout star, I'll save it as a fresh save. And this way I've always got my saved worksheet separate to go back to. Thanks for watching. I hope this gave you a new way to look at the standard shapes. See you next time.